Everybody's in the server, we can guarantee you that. But what were you saying about the mouse and the polar bear?
Yeah, well, I think in the parable it was not about the size of the polar bear, but the wise mouse managed to best him all the same. So we'll see if Mouse and their pick of Ancient does get under the skin of the rather vicious plow that Virtus.pro can be. And this is a big one. Loser goes home. Their little tail between their legs, whether it's a mouse's or a little, I don't know, do polar bears have one? Like a little tuft of something?
They must do. At least depicted in the cartoons.
Yeah, and we used to have them as well. That's what your coccyx is, isn't it? Little tailbone? It's called a tailbone, Alex. Obviously.
Human biology with Chad and Alex.
Yeah, we're not the educated sort, or at least not in the realms that are outside of this video game. Chad here to give you all the insight, and I love this map, so I'm looking forward to seeing how this one plays out and transpires. A pistol strat and the info to be found by YEKINDAR. Molotov off, he has to respect it. And they're in. Now, this could all be smoke and mirrors. We talked about mid. Dexter has an efficiency in taking it. They're all
five are here to defend.
Full 5-on-5 action here. Time for some deathmatch. Looking the wrong way. ropz has kept him relatively honest. It's an even trade. Kick still on site. YEKINDAR's got backs turned, but he can't find him. ropz keeps it competitive and then extending their lead. Now the frags keep coming. Frozen, the highest rated player of Mouse, has been bested, met by Flit. Doesn't have the health for this. Know where you are. ropz closing the gap on you. He's on a timer and he knows it. Starting to wrap around, do the dance, doesn't acknowledge the hunt, and Acor will take his first frag as well. Mouse with the T-side pistol.
Yeah, you like to see that, right? A good hedge there from Virtus.pro off the back of the molly. They rotated everybody across, but the execute, too strong, too powerful, and YEKINDAR had an opportunity there to unravel that one, but just not able to land the shots. The USP, or pistols, to the back of the head. Not easy to do here. And mousesports kick things off in style. Now, if you missed that best of 3 yesterday against ENCE went down and they were leading quite heavily on Vertigo, and then mousesports, I think it's the mentality. They've been keeping the cool. The players have been talking about it. But here we go again. It's not going to be the force spy coming out from VP here. They're keeping this one very, very conservative. And the Mouse are going to be taking control of the B lane. All 5 members now grouping up. Dexter across mid. There's a smoke towards Donut, one towards the red house as well, and there's just one player on the other side of things. YEKINDAR quite passive here.
Yeah, he's not looking for too much trouble. It's coming his way, though.
Oh, just handing some nades on over, so setting themselves up for this B finish. Looking like they're lining up the smokes now.
Okay, this is going to be clean, and it's going to be a retake setup from VP, albeit not necessarily by their own choosing.
This is the thing, right? It is extremely light on, so...
What's the best case, other than, of course, the ridiculousness of some USB headshots?
I think here, and it sounds a bit silly, but just staying alive now, because there is that one UMP in the hands of Acor, right? If he was able to farm and get a lot of cash with that, that could be some bonuses. And even if it isn't the UMP, it's still $300 per kill, right? You don't have to die on the CT side. You're going to get the loss bonus regardless. So they're all just going to stay alive. And we have had a couple of unicorn rounds this major.
Yeah, but I'm glad you're saying that, Chad, because there's probably a couple of people in chat right now, you know, maybe new to Counter-Strike, maybe they want to get involved in the conversation. They're typing, saving USPs, lol.
Yeah, look, if it was on the T side, there would be massive alarm bells going off. We go, what the hell are they doing? Have they forgotten how to play Counter-Strike? CT side, you understand, it's a bit of a stalemate. Bomb goes off 2-0, and one of the easiest rounds mousesports are going to win this series, I'm sure. Because of that, they don't sustain any damage. They're going to hold on to all their Galils, the AK for ropz, the UMP for Acor. And the guns come out for VP. Now, James has been gifted the AWP, and I think that was virtue of Kickit, who, with a little bit of the Sanji treatment, is going to be operating without any armor whatsoever. A glass cannon M4A1S, while James gets head armor behind his AWP. They prioritize their star. Let's see if he can pull it off early here.
Interesting. Really quite rare to see. We'll get the game sound fixed ASAP. And YEKINDAR crawling on through the lamps. He's going to contest this actively. He's got a good aim on him, trying to swing out ahead of the flame. Bymas is responsible, and YEKINDAR, your retreat is going to be hard pressed. Nades avoided. The smoke buys him time for the fade, and Buster's backup is not necessarily required.
Yeah, this one is going to have a timer on it, but if you're YEKINDAR, you need to get on out now. Multiple boosts up and over, and he is aware. Starting to posture back as the B execute looking likely. 1 minute 15, the flashes fly over, blind. James forced back, and they're coming.
He didn't pull the trigger. That was a chance. They'll run out of them if they're not careful. Dancing on the pillar. Buster with the dividing smoke. Tagged up heavy. Gonna run out of bodies. A nice find. James and Buster combine. It's up to the return of Frozen and ropz. And those boys are still kicking around. With the bomb now planted, this advantage from VP could dwindle. This after plan.
ropz has to fight.
He does. And he's so paranoid. There's multiple angles. They haven't got info towards cave.
Frozen's flashing. Oh, they're not playing off of it. They're just sitting standard.
YEKINDAR might be the first port call. Oh, ropz. Back turned. Back turned, and YEKINDAR strikes. Problems for Mouse now. Only Frozen and Dexter on the site. He's going to actually be given a gift of that smoke. Make sure your crosshairs
he
on
locked
the
in
money.
on the bomb.
He's got his crosshair to stop the defuse. And he strikes. Surely the return.
He's
Jumps
still alive.
to evade. Needs to adjust. Off the bomb again. He's caught Flit as well.
There's
the
no
2v4. They've done it. Just as easy as that. VP smoke haunts them. They go down with the bomb. Jame will save his AWP. Kickit was part of that retake, Chad. He had no armor. And no kit.
That's crazy right there from Frozen, right? You can see the adjustment. That smoke, they actually used it against them. Right? You could see that it was quite shallow, able to get that crosshair placement down, and that is coming in clutch right there from Frozen. Great stuff to see. Have to be happy with yourself there.
Yeah, I mean, when you're in a 3v4 retake and then ropz dies, it should be over. Red Rover wasn't. Far from it. Now at least Kicker gets him some armor behind his rifle, and we go again. There's a clear leniency towards the second letter of the alphabet.
Yeah, not trying mid or A whatsoever early here. And happy to test their luck again. YEKINDAR aggressive towards this cave position. He wants to peek.
It's Bymas' responsibility. And he will convert. YEKINDAR's greed bites him in the backside early.
It was just so quiet, right? He just wanted to go for information, but Bymas ready for this. So Mao's not giving away too many tells here. Liking what I'm seeing with the game plan, and now they just have to pass the test of Jame. The note of the AWP has been saved, but you could stifle the player with the AWP in this cave position.
Hard to be flashed off in this position. You have to bounce it deep. The molly will force his hand. Has to rescind.
All right, now
Mid
through
is
mid.
theirs.
Yeah, and this could be the right call. If they go through Donut right now, we've already seen the way that VP like to approach this match in one of their earlier games in the tournament. Kicker plays very, very safe. And you can see that right here.
Yeah, but he was fragging up a storm from his passive hold. I'm not sure the same could be said here, as he's been kept quite quiet. Bomb down, uncontestable.
This is great stuff from Mouse. They're just outmaneuvering VP here. And I think they're going to save.
Gonna save. This has been the least contact. Can we just take a quick look at the... Yeah, look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Everyone's got 1 kill.
That's not a lot, is it?
No, it's distinctly less than what it could have been. VP have only posted a single kill each in the 4 rounds of play.
And they've lost Kicker here as part of this save, so that's going to really start to hurt. The loss bonus is going to be maxed out at the end of this, so Buster and Flick can drop some rifles. But they just haven't been able to put themselves in the right position to find fights other than the pistol.
I mean, this has got all of the indicators that the punish pick is successful already. I mean, I'm not speaking too soon here. Mouse, 4 rounds in on their punish of Ancient.
And I'm not making excuses for the lad. I'm just talking about what he said on social media. I think Dexter made a tweet about how it's difficult for him to in-game lead with a bit of a cough. I think he's not feeling fantastic, and you just saw him coughing there. So having to do a lot of talking, a lot of thinking, the in-game leader in the middle of this one here. See if he can pull out some magic moments for this team. They have Mytha in the backlines who can only chime on in during the timeouts, and the same for Dastan on the other side of things. And, well, speaking of timeouts, now's the first called, and it is going to be called by VP. Now, a little bit more aggression across the map, and I know aggression was the undoing there, right? YEKINDAR steps out and he's lonesome. Well, you can't do it on your own always. YEKINDAR is the type of player that if he does start to feel the game and find the space, then yeah, he can win the game, or at least put them in positions to convert more often than not. But denied there, might need somebody else to kind of chip on in, or at least facilitate with a flash. You know, doing things dry, it's never recommended.
And we've never seen a player quite like YEKINDAR in terms of the contrast to his CT and T stats. He can have a nightmare on his defense and proceed to have something crazy like 23 and 4 in the second half of play.
The thing that really turned us onto him initially was his mechanical ability, right? Like how they would just throw him forward and just his clears and how sharp he was. But here we go again. Timeout done. Deep molly, A-Court is going to be held at bay, and this time round, some team aggression. Flit and Jame getting control of middle. Frozen already parked on in the pocket, and here's YEKINDAR again.
It's not going to be the same, is it?
Well, it looks the same. Doesn't catch anything there. This time, however, there at least was a flash.
Bingo.
They can rock that again if they want, but Mouse are getting full control of this without being harassed by utility, and I think that's a big component of the type of buys that we've seen from VP, but maybe a bit of a gap under that.
Yeah, and they've used one of their 3 remaining smokes or rather one of what was initially 4, to kind of sell this as a commit. They don't have to commit. And James does connect onto Dexter, so information gathered. He seems paranoid about the A side of the map. ropz has been parked there the whole time.
Yeah, just started to rotate immediately, didn't he, James? Now he's bounced back in. Just flirting with this here. Acor's turn to take a pick, and oh, the shot almost connecting there. Flit down to 45.
But that's going to keep him guessing. Look, Flit's actually still concerned that that isn't indicates, especially with the loss of info, that A is under scrutiny.
Well, that's a big nade. ropz is going to cop that one on the toes. 11 HP. More kills over towards B now. It's fallen apart. Is this just going to be a save right here? ropz is so low. They're disconnected from the pack, and we've seen mousesports. They love a save.
Hinges on Frozen.
Oh.
With a missed shot, he could have another chance.
It has to be a save. What are they meant to do right now? You can see them starting to dip on back. Frozen grabs another one. There's just no time to go forward. So I think they're letting Frozen off the leash here to do some damage and make sure that this CT economy is humbled here. So that kill's not too shabby whatsoever, but 3 players from each side will stay alive. Both AWPs retained. And that just felt as simple as James getting the opening pick onto Dexter there. It just continued to peter out from that moment. So, these teams, they're pacifists. You know, they're like peace. They don't. If we don't have to fight, we won't. And
path of least resistance.
That's the one. Be like water. 4-1. Yeah, but we have casted some mouse games so far. And we do see that they're especially on their CT sides, right? Remember on those Inferno games, saving so often when they knew that they couldn't get in. They don't take any risks. So trying to do it by the book here, mouse.
Yeah, and default spread from them. And again, it's the rinse and repeat. Likely will press the YEKINDAR button next. And then you watch him clear. Yeah.
Maybe get a flash coming in as well.
Pastor is equipped. James has one too. But YEKINDAR's yet to call for it. Now it comes in. Calls it clear.
And that's the thing. It's an info play, but because they know it's coming, Mouse are just tucked on in every time. Once they hear that, then they start to have a little bit of a looky-loo here. Bymas to deal with the ramp push. Frozen on speculative clears between the two. And retooling and regathering back towards B. Just at a minute 10, smoke drop. More time being bled off the clock and back towards the B bomb site.
An exception to the rule, though, is ropz no longer going to be stubborn about the A halls.
And that's not too bad of a call. There's still 2 players over there. Kicker and Flit are both, look at the radar, top left-hand of your screen, over towards A. James top mid with all the info. It is just on these B defenders of YEKINDAR and Buster currently locking this site down. And Buster's going to go aggro here, Alex.
Yeah, he's playing close. It's the right call with the flash. Bymas will eat this up, and there needs to be a trade, and there is. Frozen, naming the feed. 4-on-4. YEKINDAR tested again. He's burnt down. A-Corp, good positioning of the Molotov. It spreads lethally. Bomb uncontested. They're all wrapping around the longer side. They could boost. Smoke's fading, though. And vision restored. Dexter's in trouble.
Pin.
No one can help him. No one can help him. It's a hard clear. ropz is on the way to bail him out, but that smoke is a bit shy.
Clubbed it.
A huge gap. Dexter knows and communicates the same. ropz even has a molly if he can get it well placed. Can save the defuse. It's now half gone. VP gonna have to hurry this up. ropz spotted out. Dexter in the corner. The smoke's worse for them than ever before. Fake. No time for that. Just need to call the bluff, and yeah, falls into place for Mouse. The VP were unthreatening in that.
No, and they lose everything for it, right? Traditionally, when you see them save, the miss of that smoke is actually a huge deal right there, and that was flat. On the contrary, mousesports just keep their cool, right? They just stay real calm in that moment. The smokes are dropping. They're not over-peaking. They're not overstepping the mark. And the way that they traded their self onto that site was great. They believed in their utility, right? That molly was going to spread, or they were going to get that kill at that pillar position. And now, look at VP's buy. It's so light on as far as utility goes. A couple of smokes, Molotov.
Difference is the 3-man mid setup.
Oh, Dexter's ahead of this.
Oh, hard clear. Flit loses his life. James has to get the rebuttal.
Did they misthrow that smoke?
Hold on.
So deep.
YEKINDAR catching A-Core sleeping. No trade available this time. So great success in terms of pulling VP back into a competitive round. And Frozen somehow wins that long range, committed to the spray.
I think he just re-picked as well. Whoa!
What is going on here? That was the bomb carrier.
Some weird pushes early here, and now it's ropz's turn against kick it over towards A. The bomb needs to be scooped up. There's still so much time on the clock, and these awkward exchanges have just happened one at a time.
Yeah, ropz even acknowledging the potential for a crazy James push, but Bymas has confirmed his evacuation.
look how spread out everybody is. Literally every player on the map right now could get a 1v1.
They got 2 smokes as well, Chad. Like if they wanted to deny mid-info or go for a B double smoke take, that both are available.
Well, a B double smoke take would be great just with this passive positioning right now. You can see how far out of the sight Buster is. He's actually wanting them to walk on in occasionally with a jiggle peek like this. Jame rotating over now. 35 seconds left on the clock. ropz still on that lurk towards mid.
Oh, Jame peeks in and Frozen knocks
with no
him
info.
off. At least Frozen will fall. Bymas has the info though, and a defensive smoke from Buster. He's just looking to survive and delay. The bomb will be planted, and look at ropz's flank. It's gone. Kick it. Now spotted at 19 HP. Bymas can come up clutch here for Mouse. The youngest in the server in that respect. What have you got? He just holds for the Buster fight. They could line up. Kick it first, tucks in, Buster's next. Gets the info as well, a flash for good measure. And Buster loses his head. Bymas pulls Mouse's 6th out of the hat. And in the face of adversity, a numbers disadvantage, and it's no issue for him.
Oh, that's staying steady again. Just calm. He didn't look like he winced at any moment right there, and Bymas can look a little bit shaky on the aim at times. This was that Frozen YEKINDAR exchange that went on down. And then this is Jame just picking into Frozen's line of sight. A great shot to hit. ropz actually flubbed his line there against Kick It on that rotation, and then Bymas has to clean up the mess right here with a beautiful 1-on-2. But this is looking great for Mouse if they can keep this up, and they should be able to do that against the Pistols of EP now. They're set for 7 rounds.
You just can't afford to slip up in rounds like this. We've seen teams, the very best, earlier today. It can happen to everyone, but it really is the make or break of convincing wins. This would be a portal back into the half of EP. They cannot let this slip.
Precisely. Think about everything that they could walk away with if they were able to pick this one up here, VP now.
Yeah, like watch yourself, like watch your positioning. And look, I mean, there's an embodiment of exactly what we're talking about. Acor did just get shot in the side of the head. Now he finds himself as deep as he possibly can while still contributing.
Yeah, they have pushed quite far down long, and Jame did just get some info on that mid peak. It's this double stack.
This is so uncomfortable for Bymas. He is flashed in. Does he commit?
They're hearing this.
He's so loud about it.
Oh, but they can't risk that corner. Look at this Acor just trained in on that position,
Just
making
don't get
sure.
greedy. Don't go walking in. He is going to round that corner, and YEKINDAR could catch him off guard. Oh, close. Knocks him out. Gets more info as well. That is a sigh of relief for mousesports and their fans. The threat nullified.
Yeah, great clear there from Acor, right? Being very diligent. Like, mousesports are really going through their paces, right? We say crossing the T's, dotting the I's. They're not having any risky maneuvers, and 30 seconds left. They do need to get a wriggle on. Looks like they're going to go mid to A.
Probably the least commonly utilized team route.
There's a little bit of an issue. I guess Flit is over in this donut position here, but he has to get a couple of kills.
If they just assume it's clear. Okay, if they just assume it's clear, it's bodyguard now. That AWP could fall into enemy hands. Bymas has to find this frag, and has. As things will peter out into nothingness.
Oh, handled now. This is good stuff from Bymas, right? It's an important kill to make. It's an important follow-up as well. They're going to retain that AWP, make sure Buster can't get his grubby little mitts on any of this. At 7, it's feeling very easy right now. And as I mentioned, Inferno next. Like, I know it is a good VP map, but it's a map that mousesports have had no dramas playing.
They've had no dramas losing also.
Yeah,
the first 2 best of ones on Inferno.
That's true. I guess that context means a lot, and they didn't have to play it against Ents. Against Ents yesterday, the maps that were the 2 they got across the line on, a 16-6 victory on Mirage, and then a 16-10 victory on Vertigo. And Buster goes down with the bomb there. I guess that's where you might be able to think about the confidence for Virtus.pro. They did beat Vitality on that map 16-14, but very close. And we saw Vitality have a rough series against EG just yesterday. And then if you were joining us for the series just before, it was pretty damn close. Pretty damn close against Astralis, who went down kicking and screaming.
There's the Bymas wiggle that we know and love.
Here's the thing, though, right? We want to make sure we get this straight for everybody. We know this is a punish, but regardless of that context, this is a CT bias map at the moment as far as the stats go. So mousesports already have a massive amount of T-side rounds here.
Yeah, but they're not going to let anything go. Like this already bodes well. Jame flashed in. YEKINDAR the first to swing. More possibilities for a trade, though, and Jame will not let that slip. A second on the cards. Acor's quicker.
Good trading, and they're in.
That's the end.
Should be the round over.
Yeah, Flip. He's having a go. He's been flashed off, tucked in. His barrel may betray him. He's Already playing a passive stance, and down goes Kickit, who was actually still on A.
Yeah, ropz has locked the door of this. If you flit now, there's pressure coming from all sides, and well, this might just be a quick map here. 8-1, the score is going to read.
VP look completely out of the comfort zone.
Yeah, this isn't close at all. These rounds, they're not even competitive here.
I wonder how much they've even...
We can do the quick maths on this. I can do YEKINDAR plus Jame makes 8, plus Kickit makes 10, and then Buster to 13, and then Flitz 2 is 15. There you go, guys. That's how I did the maths. I'm not sure how you guys added it up at home, but 15 kills in 9 rounds of play is not enough.
Yeah, I mean, you can literally count VP's officials on Ancient in one hand.
It's a thing with the map being, you know, obviously the newest to the pool. If you are just joining us, maybe you're one of those individuals who took the hiatus from Counter-Strike during the online era. I don't blame you. Now that we're back in play, it's Vertigo's second major, and it's Ancient's first. Train went out, Ancient came in, and this map we're still discovering, right, how it's approached, the different strategies. It's been taken to quicker than Vertigo, I would say, but it's definitely still got its nuances, its little details to it.
It's also had significantly less giant changes made to it in comparison to, say, Vertigo, which underwent multiple like meta-defining changes. Mid, for example, was a completely different looking part of the map.
This was added. Temple was added, right? That never existed previously, right? When it initially came out.
I almost forgot about that.
Yeah. So there have been some adjustments. The spammable ward over towards the B bomb site is a big one as well. You're seeing the kills coming through. Rain loves to go for those kind of spam frags.
Yeah, shout out to Daddy Valve for actually not only fixing water bug, but also the wall bang, just so the map is a functional competitive atmosphere.
Yeah, well, they made me look like a liar for a while there. They told me in
really
DMs, I
did.
think it was back in May, that, yeah, we're going to fix it in the next Ancient update. And the next Ancient update came like 6 months later. I was like, oh.
And I do love that this so consistently, I mean, I don't know if I love it, but the fact that the community often has the answers to the problems, you know, it's like,
Sure.
yeah, we've already worked out exactly how it's happening. So if you want to just fix it, that would be great.
Yeah, we work as a team, right, guys?
Yeah, it was a mod initially, you know, it's all about the community, and the fact that you guys are using your creative juices to put more creative skins in the game as well is an embodiment of that as well.
Look at this buy here, though. So VP are trying something.
Yeah, Mouse are the dream, VP the nightmare. 8-1. They've won the T-half on a CT biased map, and here comes Dexter with an ambitious maneuver. If he tucks, oh, Flit, loud. Dexter's got him dead to rights.
Is huge.
And James
This
is going to lose his brain. That is
Flit hasn't
massive.
even acknowledged it.
That's massive from Dexter. And why is the bomb going back to spawn? Frozen may be overcomplicating this.
Yeah, but Dexter has the full rotation. They can pivot wherever they want right now.
Suppose. It's just about Kickit disrupting late. Dexter's going to address it. This Deagle headshot could define how much pressure is on this A-bomb rotate. They've just rotated the whole squad. Kickit can still destabilize it, and he's had an AK delivered to his front door.
They need to plant right now. They can plant safe from this. Virtue of the site being made a little bit wider, but the rotation coming through spawn, it's down. Now there's a lot less problems for Mouse.
Kit on Flip.
Do they even consider it here? It's max loss bonus, obviously. This is one of the better chances they've had to win a round.
Giving it a look. First contact will be Flit, and he spotted out ropz, but I think that might be enough. Buster's still hanging out, looking to retreat. Kickit does contribute the hunt. That's Acor gone, and Bymas should be stopping any funny business with Kickit saving. Barrel, and just about managed that with a couple of bullets to spare.
They want this AWP for Jame. Oh, I don't think they're going to get it now that Dexter's, now that Frozen has filled that position. AWP scavenged across, and it got expensive. But look at the finances for Mouse. They can give away a couple of those. At the high end, you've got like 14k on Frozen here, and you just saved the AWP. So things are going smooth as you like. 9-1. The pantsing right now. In case you missed the context, this is an elimination game. Loser out. And you don't want to, like, this is showing the weakness in the map pool, right? Flit just joined. Of course you were going to have weaknesses. But it's so shallow for VP to not be able to contest it all on the CT side of the map, on one of the most CT-biased maps in the pool right now.
Yeah, and, you know, not forgetting as well that the last major Counter-Strike saw Kickit, Jame, and Buster were stepping onto that grand final stage.
I think they are... Oh,
hello.
That's the spam. There you go. Dink on through.
Oh, the finish with the nade for good measure? Not quite.
I think that these guys are the last remaining of the top 4 of the previous major. So, Lost Astralis, right? The Renegades boys / 100 Thieves / Extremum, not here to play. And oh, volleyed out. So getting forced back at least. VP are making this little bit more awkward. Now, one of the qualms we've had with VP is they do take a while to get their full gun rounds out, and here is a full gun round.
Is he going for it? Are they going for an A fake? Why would you have 3 players leading A?
It would have to be something quite A heavy here, right? So you can see that util lines up. Thing is, because of the retake stance that VP like to have, they don't need to rotate over immediately. They might even be thrust forward towards B. util hitting the deck, Kick It calling a lot of this clear. Flit rotates in as well. Oh, they're going to try and go through middle here. This is the way to open up that mid avenue. They can make their way up through the red house again. It's also drawn YEKINDAR back. Flit's got a kill, but the bomb is heading B.
Yeah, Dexter could perhaps thread the needle, though.
He is up. This is a big rotation to deal with. As they start to hit the B site, YEKINDAR will rotate back.
And that's what Dexter's waiting for. So he gets to park up here, courtesy of the A fake.
Time's a problem.
And now YEKINDAR's looking away, averts his gaze, the re-smoke. 20 seconds. Buster, a hard clear. A hard clear. And the flashes are great. Bomb now loose. This has to be VP's round. It's such a time-sensitive mission. Kick It contributes. Dexter's lurk is no more. And neither is the mousesports squad. There you have it, Virtus.pro. It took them a while to post the second, but round 11, it comes through.
It's just as soon as we finally get like a full gun round, they always try the tricky business with the buys. Like, you know this team can function well when everybody has the rifles, the armor, the util, and the kits. Because they have some really good individuals here. It's just they seem to hamstring themselves time and time again. But now the full buys are out in full force, and it really is on Buster here. They threw that defensive Molotov. He's able to get that bomb loose, and as soon as that happens, it's very difficult for Mouse, who now have to start using their cash money. Bit of a pace change here. Faster through mid right now.
Presence noted.
It's a lot more early pressure and space here.
Looks like a dodgy smoke donut. Kick It might have a gap. So we can call it clear. Flit doesn't have to feel too pressured just yet. Very deep. Flit will not have any information on that, and it does at least allow safe passage up lane. Quite indicative by the deep incendiary, and now regrouping for the break-in.
I like that. They've double cleared from either side, right? Not going to line up in case there is a player there holding that angle. Makes it a little bit more difficult for VP to lock on in. But it is B heavy.
Activated here, yeah, and they've got time, so looking to delay. A smoke found its way into cave.
Has to be a B finish, right? 50 seconds left. They could go for a fake and run all the way back, but they have had success when they've gone for these set pieces. They need this cave control, and this molly is going to help them on out. That's going to force Buster either forward or back, and well, back's the option. Another smoke dropped. Need to disrespect that.
Yeah, you do. It's on a timer, and they will not.
That's the problem. If Buster pushes back in, he's going to have that locked. It's going to come down to the final 20 seconds.
Bymas will come late. 3 up ramp. Counter utils down. It's again very familiar to VP's first consecutive round, and now here we go. Frozen kicks down the door. Bymas on Buster, the battle of the bees, and it has been quite the easy find. I don't see the bomb down.
Needs to get planted.
Bodyguards, where are they? Bymas. Well, it was short-lived success for VP.
Wasn't it?
And it looked, you know, when you see the clock and the bodies on the side, it's essentially like a 3-on-3.
They just need a kill, right? They need one of those opening kills to go their way. I think the fact that all 5 Mouse members survive, they're actually beating VP at their own game right now. Because who are the team that plays slow, methodical, drawn-out Counter-Strike and milk everything away from you? Well, Virtus.pro. And right now, mousesports are doing exactly that. Taste of their own medicine. And this must be feeling real bad right now. Might need some medicine after this one. 10-2. There's not a conversation if this one could be running away. It has run away from VP. And with Inferno up next, like I feeling mousesports must have some confidence going into that.
Yeah, I mean, certainly. And with this one in the bank as well, it does just feel like such a special treat. You get 2 stabs to not only eliminate VP, but to keep your head above water in the Legend stage and to have a real shot, another best of 3 to secure a trip to the champion stage.
That's curious as well. See how those matchups are going to shape up, right? There's
Really
that little simulator that someone at home has been doing to see what the matches are. I'm sure you guys could all start working on that. Oh, he's done that to Flit twice. Once Flit pushed, this time Dexter takes the peek behind the molly. And there's an opening. This map, can we pack the bags and get this one done? Can we just move on to Inferno now? Because honestly, 10 rounds so far on the T side of Ancient, just with how this map is shaping up in the competitive map pool, this should be done. And another number advantage here for mousesports, just to turn the screws, take their time, weasel through, find the gaps.
Dexter, how ballsy are you? He's going just as it fades. And he's got Donut for free. So this is threatening. James got to respond to this and may not... Oh, Dexter! Doesn't
Quick.
finish his meal. James, very quick. But that might only incite him into more concern. It was Dexter, it's not ropz. They know he's typically the lurker, so spotting another doesn't seem to have bitten on that bait at all.
They're still going towards B here, and just ropz is so disconnected. He won't be able to contribute to this at all.
Fired off orb shot confirms. Presence heavy.
The call.
40 seconds. You could still sprint through mid. It's Kickit that's holding that at bay. A smoke from the cave fades. Full B util commitment, but they might go pivot. They're going for a late A. And it's pulled Kickit away. He won't have any info. He was in red room just moments ago, but the util was enough to pull him over to the B site, and they have it for free.
Just
Chad,
faked out.
Mouse are playing a great game.
Out. Get him out of here. Like, that just seemed way too simple. They even had the early info, right? VP over towards B dropped their own little limp smoke to play in front of it, and they didn't believe it. They didn't believe their eyes. Wait, are they really doing this to us now? Because we've seen how late they've operated. You could have been expecting another double pump, but it's just straight on in. Bomb goes down. 11th round now for Mouse, playing an exceptional T-side of Counter-Strike. Fantastic calling, fantastic mid-round decisions here. They're just calling rings around this VP roster.
And the celebration will only continue, because we talked about it, right? mousesports' highest rated player is Frozen, and he's come into this one, which is do or die, lose, you're out. And he's dropped 16 and 4 here on the T half. He has been a crucial component of their threat on the B site, and part of the reason why they were so concerned when the util started to sail over again. Frozen typically coming around that corner with a very hot AK-47. That is 11. And this is the tough one for VP, right? Because you know you're going into that T side. I mean, I'm sure...
You're really just hoping for the next map at this point.
I didn't want to start that conversation, but maybe it has to.
Well, this is the thing, right? This is where you get the flip side of this. Do you want to make sure that VP are competitive here in the second half, right? Do we want to see if they can actually play some Counter-Strike so that going into the next map of play that they're a bit warmed up? Well, that's one conversation to be had.
Oh, Dexter versus Flit. We talked about it. Not this time. Flit had some support in the shape of James.
But then the other side of that coin, right, is do you just want to get it done, right? Because if you start a comeback, you put a lot of energy. Ouch. Not even through the smoke right there as far as the kill icons go. So Bymas going to be a little bit perplexed about that. But now ropz having a look, and he's got a friend, A-Core, here with him this time round. CT smoke.
Counter util indicates a back CT. Back bomb side player will opt for Donut. Not another one of these, Chad.
Well, that's an interesting side smoke that they've just thrown right here.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if that has landed correctly
or
not.
not. The whole VP squad have just rotated over and the bomb's going B. How long will they work this out? It's dead silent. Surely James saying, lads, I got this.
Yeah, and now the A-Core's dead too, right? You get that pick, you can basically call that clear, and they're calling the bluff.
Oh, it's a fakey fake.
So Frozen right now with all this util on his back here, he could throw a bit of a B fake with all of this, right? A flash towards long.
They don't fall for it again.
Yeah, he's going to smoke off one side of the site. He can throw the molly again towards the cubby. He can flash again, and they've all drawn back. There's just one player they have to deal with right now, and it is going to be Flit over towards Donut.
Mid.
Yeah, so if they walk in now, they can at least get a one-on-two situation, but Flit stands up. There you go.
That's huge from Flit. He lost his life. Surely the bomb can go down. ropz, bodyguarded now. Temple occupied. This is a big frag from Frozen. He still delivers 18 and counting. Humbled now, a 1v3 for ropz. Time to impress. Puts Buster to rest. Donut a threat. James as well in the Temple. Last scene, he did already fire a shot. YEKINDAR's closing the gap. ropz to come up clutch, misses his shot, knows James coming. Molotov'd out, what's he supposed to do? YEKINDAR, the threat, ropz is doing it all here, the 1v3. Salt in the wound, and bullets in the head. Get him out of here. VP dead on arrival here in Ancient.
2v5. 2v5 situation right there, just dealt with.
Good to see the kid smiling, man. He liked that.
everything they call, right, is gold, right? This is fantastic work here from Mouse. The running rings around them. How can one man over towards the B site with 2 flashes, a smoke and a molly, sell a fake and draw them all away? Just Frozen doing it.
If I had to guess, it's because they don't know that that utility from that trajectory is one man. Assuming it's more, I don't know. It's odd. It is odd, and that is a brutal way to stomach a 12.
This is great from mousesports. You can't deny it. And up they walk. Smoke's going to fade. Dexter versus Flit. 2 in his face, and this time he grabs 1 and 2. Flit giving him something to work with here. Have to convert this. Come on now.
Come on now. Come on now. Oh dear.
And again, they're just going to gamble, stack back, leaving A, rotating through, clearing out mid, hedging their bets B. The bomb, quite literally, still in T spawn. That's no word of a lie. That's no joke. Look how safe they're playing it. Nades towards B now. Kept on notice. A core low. Bymas at half. ropz chipped away at as well.
If they do try that cheeky cross out ledge, it's James kill every day of the week. Bymas has got a bit of util, might be able to sell something, but it's not the same page out of the strat book this time. Returning to mid. This is James' domain, but he's so passive. He doesn't have info on the donut walk.
Is Bymas going to pick? It looks like he is.
Yeah, but he's a young zoomer jiggler, and that's the shot. Oh, James doesn't really get to play. No, his games are cancelled, and that is 13.
There could, right now, lose a 2v5 and then a 3v5 back-to-back.
Yeah, I mean, in terms of morale,
all-time low.
All-time low. And I'm not talking about the band, although really making it hurt.
How did they lose this?
Oh, dear.
Flicking the first 2 kills so easily.
You know how you were asking maybe, do you want them to fight back? Do you want them to prove to themselves that they can frag? I think you just want to get this one done now.
Yeah, forget about this. Okay, come on, Buster, give us something. Give us the 1-on-3 retake, the first onto ropz. That's great. Bomb halfway gone. You got to get a move on. You have to go after this molly. There's no other choice.
Spotted. Time running shy. And
nothing.
13.
Nothing.
13th round for Mouse. VP left wanting.
Saving on the last round. Yeah. Protect those stats, mate. They can't get much worse than it's looking right now for VP. Kick it with 5, 4 for YEKINDAR, 7 apiece for Buster and Flit, and 8 kills for James. No single player on double digits for VP. 2 rounds to boast in that first half. What can you say? The type of rounds they lost. The type of rounds that they lost just there. This is not a map that they're willing to contest on. You don't have the depth and the best of 3s. You've just been punished here.
And this punish is a product of their must ban. They have a must ban. They don't play it. Ancient, a new map in the pool, and doesn't seem like they can pull their weight. Certainly not up against Mouse here. That was a shot as well from Bymas. James, you could have popped off.
Bang!
Acor did. 13, folks. Yeah.
Close it out now if you're Mouse. Don't let them have anything to say in this. There was nothing that they did within that first half that was relatively resembled a CT side.
We got 4 players defending B into a 4-man A hit. All eyes on ropz. This is his side of the map. He's been living here on the T side. Now he's got to have to do it all with only a USP. Can't track Flit. 1 through the corner of the box, tucks away, playing for the retake. Still 5 on 5. Straight bullet.
The site.
They could. The bomb planted. Bit late, but Kicker catches a good face full of damage.
Smoke for the bomb.
Smoke in a kit. A flash for good measure. Temple to be cleared. How do you go through? Do you go L-bend or do you fight through Temple?
Wait, what's this on B? YEKINDAR's about to be caught off guard. 4v5 now.
Okay, and the flank is on. The patience on Bymas. They're going to try and kick down the door. Mouse, have you got it in you?
Halfway ticked. Need
Flashing
this flash.
Temple. James going to eat it up. Turns it. Contact. Snappy out of Dexter. VP running out of players. It's all Dexter. 3 kills. He's got the smoke in the kit. Buster can disrupt, and that's that. 14, folks. Locked and loaded.
Beautiful stuff right there. Right, the type of Counter-Strike mousesports are playing on this map here is so cool, calm, collected, and the smile on the coach and Myth are there in the background. It says it all. They retook that. There was just a breeze. They walked through them and dust on. Right, this guy never smiles, so that's no surprise for anybody playing at home, but things are miserable right now. Absolutely miserable.
It's not how you want to be defending your honor and your major spot.
Beautiful from Dexter there, just strolls on in, leading by example, and here we go, the force buy for VP, Virtue at the plants, and Galil's around. Mid-control, util down, they drop the skybox molly, the smoke towards Donut, another one towards the cutout position, working on some mid-control, but they got to be working on this map in the future, because this is looking like mousesports, quick as you like.
But you don't want to give him an inch.
Oh, Dexter, he's feeling himself here. Feeling himself here.
Staring at that smoke. Express delivery. M4A1S for YEKINDAR.
Oh, spotted.
And eliminated. Flit did not have the element of surprise. A diligent clear from Frozen. They are looking to commit B, and that's Acor's realm. Only a HE, and doesn't even find a bullet. YEKINDAR's pulling VP into this round here. The second round force. Buster falls more to where that came from, and it's nice again, this time from James.
Shadow.
Big advantage, yeah. ropz caught walking. They've turned it on its head here. Frozen 1 versus 3 just slips through. Could deny. There's no one bodyguarding.
Rolls the bluff.
Tracers tracks him. That's the end, and that's all YEKINDAR. Catching and punishing the Dexter aggression. mousesports sent back into a depression. 1400, 1500. It will be the force by VP. Have been given a bit of a gift there. But I mean, you know, we talk about matter of time games, Chad Birchall.
This is one of them. This is one. Like this is a CT bias map and a half. In case you missed the memo, they're going to do their best here to try and warm up their individuals. But I don't know what you can ask of VP here. They just haven't come in prepared to play out Ancient, and mousesports are looking beautiful now. Yuto in mid, Frozen between the flames.
Burning.
Yeah, melting.
It hurt. But at least he gets away. Frozen.
Ouch. Bowling from Flit. Nice little bit of top spin on that one. Turning their attention towards B again here, and looking likely for VP to get their 4th. So just 10 rounds will be in it after this one. Has been the force buy from Mouse, and they have stacked over towards this B site, but Molotovs appear to be the biggest issue. YEKINDAR with 2 more, and he's coming alive here.
We talked about his T-side prowess, Chad. I think it would have to be record-breaking from YEKINDAR. Starting to farm the frags. I'm just going to double-check what his score was on the half. So we can keep track of his T-side prowess. Update on that B-stream game. Looks like it could be 3.
Oh, okay.
A-stream, excuse me.
That's the Ancient matchup between Flames and Heroic.
So Ancient being played there, and it was an 8-7 half.
What's it now?
Looking like a 15-12 for the Flames.
Ooh, how's Roy doing? He's normally pretty handy on this one.
But yeah, demonstrating that they can defend, and perhaps it is CT-sided. Roy continues where he left off.
Nicodemus as well has been great, hasn't he?
He's been involved in 10 opening duels, Roy.
Of course he has. He's just the full package. I love, like, look, I'm definitely not discrediting Bubsky. Bubsky played with the guy. He's a professional player. No question right there. Coming out and saying, like, that Roy is, you know, he's always been a skilled player. But this is different, right? Like, to just go from being, like, a middle-of-the-pack player for Mad Lions to being a star player of Copenhagen Flames at the first major back in 2 years and body bagging all of these top teams, it's different, right? Like, it's crazy to see that level of performance. And I hope it's not just a flash-in-the-pan type scenario. I hope we get a consistency out of the Copenhagen Flames going forward, because it's been a fun story to follow.
It really has. You can see YEKINDAR's double here. Perfection. Farming up the frags.
Yeah, economical rounds here for Mal, so they will let another one go past the wicket keeper. Just hanging around in a bit of a group, seeing if they can react to any of these maneuvers from VP early. We will be getting the guns out in the next. Now, just a quick bit of maths for everybody playing at home. Take a look at the cash next to all the CTs. That's the right-hand side of your screen. Behind, below their names, you'll see their cash. It's all about 1,900. In the next round, they get 2,400, right? So you add those two together. Any kills that they might get now will only be at 300 because of these pistols. So you want to do the maths there to understand what type of buy we're working about. Then you think about they're going to buy Kevlar. We've got that 650. Silenced M4 is going to come through. A little bit of U2. So you can start to work out what type of buy they're going to be working with.
YEKINDAR had 4, by the way, on the half.
Okay.
So 6 so far here on his T-side campaign.
Can't really retake that fight here, Frozen. He is going to, but a stray bullet will catch him. They're just going to walk on into B, and it's hard to see these USPs doing much.
YEKINDAR agrees. Buster combines. 1 out of Frozen, but the 5 HP, unfortunately, oof, does actually put one into the header flip.
Yeah, just ropz to find with the carried across 5-7. And the head armor. And the head armor is more important here, right? That head armor you want to hold on to. It's going to save you from having to reinvest in
You'd love a Galil.
I guess.
You've got no reason to push it, though. Like, James? Oh, he's lost his rifle. And Rob's not going to go too greedy for it.
James probably going to buy the AWP in the next round anyway. 5,200 for him. Going to get the round win bonus here. So all going to be fine as far as the cash is regarded. But ropz, that's only his 7th kill. And I think that's a scary factor. Because they were able to get to a 14-2 scoreline with ropz only having like 6 or so frags, right? Now, all it's going to take is him to activate. His role was actually, let's not lie, his role was, it was necessary, but it was pretty static, right? He was over towards the A main, just controlling that round after round, just sitting on his lonesome on the T side. So he didn't have to have a lot of impact, but by staying alive, making sure they hadn't pushed, that's a lot of info to retain for your team right there. Now, how many more twists and turns does this map have for VP? You really couldn't expect too much. This would be some kind of a comeback. Haven't seen one of these in a while.
The day we learned it's not CT-sided when VP are playing.
Yeah, no, guys, if you play the T-side correctly...
yeah, actually. Watch. Flit again opens up the account. He's not going to stop. Dexter does react and takes them both down. YEKINDAR humbled in this one. Takes his 14th death to the chin. Dexter hands it out with a couple of points of health to spare. Wow, so many smokes are currently up on the map. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And remaining, just the one that left kick at hand right here, right now. Blocks Bymas' vision. Won't be able to contest the plant, at least without some stray bullets connecting. Kickit wants to return fire here, so the bomb now is going to be planted.
Playing retake. Oh!
Holy
so low.
Moly.
Both on 8.
16 points of health between James and Kickit. They could turn this around, you know. Nade looks destined for glory, just shy of Dexter. A boosted AWP to hold the long side. This is potent.
It's going to get naughty now.
Very potent. Util dropped. Loses vision. Dexter safe. Buster does deliver just the one, but these low HP players, what are they going to do to contest it? Kickit better have his lineup perfect. He planted for this spray, and Bymas fakes it out, baits it out. Dexter confirms that James is down there, and there's 15. Delivered as well from Dexter. That's 4 kills from the in-game leader.
Beautiful
he
round.
started it off with a double in mid, wraps it up, puts a bow on it, and says, play on. 15, looking to finish here.
I think one of the things I want to continue to highlight here for Mouse in this game has just been how cool they've been in these scenarios, right? Just reflect, if you guys joined us during the Challenger stage, I'll use a team like Renegades in rounds like this. Remember that Inferno game we had where they were giving their lives away on retakes? Here, you can see mousesports giving away nothing until the bodies are ready, the util is dropped, they're playing as a unit, and even in these clutch situations like that Bymas 1-on-2, they stayed calm.
Eyes on Dexter. Got a lot to contend with again. They pressed and forced the issue into mid. Frozen's the only man there. Excuse me, my eyes are terrible.
Yeah, we're getting old.
And F looks like a D to me. And here he is, ready to give them the very same. 3 members of VP in mid.
Frozen spotted something, or he thinks better of this. Dexter might get a couple more here, Alex.
Oh, leaping. Completely inaccurate. YEKINDAR, though, should be there, and he's expecting the same. Does catch him. Acor misses his chance.
He's passed.
A slither gap, and now YEKINDAR can slither around. Bomb going B side. Pressure everywhere, though. With Bymas' demise, it looks like VP have their eyes on the prize.
Frozen's still alive, and ropz too. 2 of the hardest hitters, the heavy hitters here. We regather back towards the B bomb site. That's where Acor and the AWP currently resides. They don't have any smokes to deal with him here, so they're just going to walk on in.
YEKINDAR's going to walk on out. Finds Frozen. Round falls into place for VP as YEKINDAR puts himself up to 13. And that's 14. This is why we were keeping track. He's had 10 kills already, Chad. We're only 6 rounds into this first half. First half?
Second half.
Yeah, this is getting a little shaky there for mousesports, but no worries. Plenty of opportunities, just a casual 9 required in a row.
Yeah, so easy for VP, right? This will be just another day of the office. Just 9 rounds on the T side.
Well, there is a correlation, Chad, between mousesports winning rounds when they kill YEKINDAR and VP winning rounds when they don't.
Simple maths, Counter-Strike,
I've
really.
worked it out. I've solved the mystery.
So then, I guess for all the analysts out there doing prep for your team, just note that one down. Kill YEKINDAR.
Kill YEKINDAR, win round.
Simple.
That's all you have to do.
It's a
What
really
happens
easy
if he's
formula,
the
isn't
first
it?
death here with the P250? My theory might be out the window here. Conservative, Mouse. Screw that. James down. YEKINDAR's still alive. It's not a problem. And here he comes to start off proceedings.
Good that he's getting warmed up. Is going to be necessary because they will be starting on the T side of their own map choice of Inferno, right? So they're in. Ship damage done through the smoke. A little gap there for Bymas to work with the spam of the USP. Bomb gets planted, 40 seconds thrust onto the clock, and I think damage and maybe grabbing an AK or two is just name of the game here for MOUZ. You can see with their positioning, not opting to get stuck on in with any quick maneuvers. Still players planted on A, aggression all the way through, elbow towards T spawn. VP will be gifted their 7th round. Now, if we wanted to have a discussion about when this does start to get sweaty, if the scoreline gets to like 15 to 10 and then MOUZ in those next 3 rounds of play haven't been competitive, right? They haven't been able to get many kills. There's more damage done. And then at that point, if you MOUZ, you do start to get a little bit shaky, right? You start to get a little bit worried. Then when the scoreline gets to say like 15-12, then you're really starting to get worried that you're going to let this massive lead drop. But right now, it's all good, right? They take their save. They make sure that they can invest in all those goodies. They can play aggressive. They can go for any gimmicky maneuvers. They can also just sit back and go through the default paces. Not taking a time. Oh, no, they are taking a timeout right now. Just as I said that, it's called. And it's a mousesports timeout to discuss their options here. A chance just to get Mythra on the mic. And maybe he was starting to feel those tinglings as well. If things do start to spiral, maybe, just maybe, dropping the ball. This massive lead, 13-2. First half, T side, mousesports, their pick. Now they have the AWP. The rifles are there. Util is actually pretty shy. Acor can invest into a little bit more. He's got 950 in his back pocket. 3 Molotovs currently. 4 smokes. Acor probably going to invest into 1 as well. And they've actually opted to go for HEs on Bymas, Dexter, and Frozen. Acor's got 1 as well. So if they want to combo those together anywhere, maybe looking to find a bit of damage. There's a mid-smoke thrown, more being lined up. That's the molly over towards the front of Donut. And there goes the mid-nades.
Yeah, they're going. YEKINDAR is still alive and knocking off heads. 2 to open his account. Now he falls, and so perhaps does VP. They're charging into ropz's domain.
Aggro.
He's actively contesting Kickert, losing the bomb and his head. And a deep smoke for good measure. Buster will have to respect that.
He's pinned in now, has to fight his way out.
He's got support. He's got support. And James ready for Acor. It has to still be ropz that steps up to the mantle, safe from the flames. It's madness. James can lock him in, now force further forward. ropz doing everything to keep the plate spinning. James doesn't miss these. He baits it. Running out of bullets. The 5-7 cuts the mustard instead. 2-on-2.
He's getting flanked.
And it's Flit to secure it. Access to the site granted. Bymas to come up clutch.
He knows where both are right now, Bymas.
And Flit has no idea. If Buster just goes for a Hail Mary plant, this is the end of the 1v1. Oh,
safe
Bymas.
side, safe side.
Crosshair. Well placed. No trade available. Flit spotted. He
Smoke
lives
as
on.
well.
He's got a smoke as well. This could be it.
No kit.
The nade. What's his health?
He's
fine.
At 10
He'll
seconds.
sit it. Knocked off by the incendiary. He's got time. No, he hasn't. Flit just spraying down. Brought lower.
Remember, no kit.
A 10-second defuse and Flit spray suppressing. Looking to impress.
Hoping to find him.
And that's the end of that. VP say play on.
Not going to get it done. That looks so good from ropz, but just the mollies and the patience right there. If he goes to the 5-7, it felt like he's had that forever, and another round of play. VP are keeping this one alive.
Are they, or is it just like that Frankenstein thing, you know, where it's just the lightning power surging through that's causing these reactions?
That in mid, you could see what MOUZ were thinking as well. They had all those HPs.
Look at this. He has 7 HP before he gets a frag chat, and he leaves with the double. A round-defining double.
Well, it's like they had accounted for that with those HEs. The whole point of that is meant to combo together to get that kill, and the fact that he slips on through, YEKINDAR is the man with the plan.
He is keeping VP afloat right now. 13 frags and counting on this T side.
Should be good for their 9th. Things are going to start to get sweaty over there for MOUZ. This was to be one way for this first map to go. I can't quite believe that We've even continued this far.
YEKINDAR.
Oh, the
Diligent,
Zeus.
a missed Zeus, not the double. YEKINDAR, though, has done his legwork, and a missed Deeg just shy of the head into the shoulder blades, leaves Flit alive and round, surely, VP's way.
Yeah, just pestering now for these fights. And VP are actually doing it with a bit more quickness than what we saw from Mouse on their T side. Didn't think I'd be saying that today.
13
to 2.
to 2, Chad.
Indeed. And they won the pistol.
They did.
They did indeed. Can't quite believe it. And I don't know if, you want to believe it, because if this happens, right, it would be quite the comeback. Let's just leave it at that. It'd be quite the comeback. And then if Mouse, say, were to lose this in overtime, God forbid, I don't think they would have anything left in the tank for Inferno.
Look, man, I mean, there are some losses that your mental fortitude is tested, but there are some losses where your mental fortitude is put in the bin. It's sent off to the land, what's it called? Landfill?
That's the one.
It's dug 10 feet deep and you can never get access to it again.
Yeah, I think right now, I was talking about the cool, calm, and collected nature of Mouse. Like, that is truly being tested. And I know that they have so many opportunities still to try and convert, but you just have to wonder, at what point does it start to waver?
Well, okay, after you've hit the AWP, double AWP panic button and it still goes awry, that's when I think you start getting a little more sweaty on the palm. Your spray gets a little wobbly. The hero pushes. Oh, Acor, he strikes quickly and you'll never guess who he's taken down.
Without an entry, YEKINDAR's gone.
Nothing to show for YEKINDAR's presence in this round. It's a big leg up. Do you really want to re-peek in? He does, and he takes down James. Acor pulls mousesports' hopes and dreams back out of the gutter.
Oh, the
spray
spam!
Nearly leads to the death of Flit. Counterbank.
That's 31 HP with Buster and Flit combined right now.
It's up to Kickit to take the mantle, take the site. Smokes are up. This is the fight. He has to find them. They're boosting. It could be the double, but Bymas denies. Buster and Flit, as you said, 31 points of health. No hope now. What do you do? Do you commit to the fight? They're making no secret of their presence, but careful now, Bymas. If he wants to strafe out, Buster's equipped with James Orb. The molly to force the fight still strikes.
Nice shot.
A quick and snappy adjustment, and Mouse do break through. 16 to 9, the final score. From a 13-2 half, VP find their footing. mousesports convert a very convincing first half.
Yeah, they look pretty happy with that. You can see the smiles on the faces there. And yeah, look, we were probably booing it up more so than it felt, just because the rounds kept coming their way. But that was a masterclass.